Today we shall take a look at the second conjugation, which ends with ERE. Now we follow the same rule that we followed yesterday, okay, for the singular as well as for the plural. Okay, now we'll take another word of the second conjugation. So let's take the word videre, which means to see. Now, when it comes to the second conjugation, things are very much straightforward. For example, yesterday, when we saw the first conjugation for the first person singular, so for example, when we looked at amare, what was the first person singular? Amo, right? And what we did was we took out this ending completely and substituted with O. When it came to the second person singular, what we did was we only took out the RE and substituted and S. Now when it comes to the second conjugation, we see that it is very much straightforward. What we do is we only take out the last two RE and then you substitute first person singular O, so it is video, second person singular S, so vides, third person singular T, videt, then first person plural mus, videmus, second person plural videtis, and for the third person plural vide. Okay, so is this clear? Let us take one more example. Okay, let's take tenere, okay, which means to hold. Okay, so try to solve this one. once again the same rule. So first person singular will be Deneo. Second person singular Denes. Third person singular Denet. First person plural Denemos. Second person plural Denetis. And third person plural Denet. So is this clear? Okay, so now as we did yesterday, we'll have a look at some of the vocabulary, some of the verbs that are part of the second conjugation group. So you have madere, which means to stay. Movere, which means to move. Then habere, then tacere, which means to be silent. So the English word tacit comes from this tacit understanding, silent understanding. Then you have valere, to be healthy. Then you have timere, to fear. Then you have patere, to extend. Then ardere, to burn. Then fulgere, to shine. Then you have ridere, to laugh. Then studere. Any idea what this is? To study. Then terere. Any idea what this is? To be terrified. So the word terror comes from this. Then you have nocere, to harm. Then you have devere, Okay, okay. So then we have devere, which means to owe. So the word debit comes from this. Then you have respondere, to answer. Then you have monere, to warn. You have docere, to teach. Then ubere, to order. Then you have kavere, to beware. And finally you have flere, to correct. Okay, so these are some of the verbs which belong to the group of the second conjugation. So as I said earlier also, there are many more in the dictionary. These few should be enough for our course. Let's go now to the fourth conjugation. Okay, we'll skip the third because the third is slightly different. So let us try to do something which follows the exact pattern first. So once again, we'll keep the same thing in mind. And this time, let us take the word sentire, which means to feel. So here once again, we see that for the first person singular, will take out the re and substitute the o. So we'll get sentio. Then for the second person singular, we will remove the re and substitute the s. Sentis. Similarly, for the third person plural, we take out the re and substitute sentit and a t. Then for the first person plural, you substitute mus and you get sentimus. For the second person plural, once again you remove the re, substitute it with sentitis. And finally, for the third person plural, we will substitute re with nt. This is how generally we would follow the rule, right? But here we see that when it comes to the third person plural, there is a slight change. Okay, there is a slight exception over here. Instead of senti, it becomes sentium. Okay? So we see that just there is the addition of this u over here, which you have to keep in mind. Is this clear? Now the reason for this is because otherwise there would be a clash between the third and the fourth. Okay, so to avoid this, they came up with this u to distinguish. Is this clear? Any doubts? So let's quickly solve one. Let's take the word venire, which means to come. Okay, so shall we begin? First person singular, I come would be veni, venio. You come, he, she, it comes, veni. We come, venimus. You all come, venitis. And they come, many, you. So, is it clear? So, if this is clear, we shall take a look at the vocabulary and then we shall solve the exercise. Can I clear this? So you have aprire, which means to open or to disclose. Any guesses what dormire means? To sleep. And the word dormitory comes from here. And the dormitory word has a root word in dormire. Then you have munire, to fortify, Then you have shire, to know. Then you have audire, to hear. The word audio comes from this. And then you have neshire, to not know. So if shire is to know, neshire is to not know. What we'll do is we'll take a look at the exercise which again I have put it up over here so you can find it. So practice for conjugation. Okay, so what this exercise is all about is indicate the conjugation of the following, then translate. Okay, so let's first take a look at how do we solve this. So for example, if we take the word properamus, okay, so properamus. So first and foremost is what you should do is you should try to identify which conjugation it belongs to. So we have done only three, right? First, second, and fourth. So we know that anything ending with are belongs to the first conjugation, ere second conjugation, and ire fourth conjugation. So by the looks of this, properamus, which conjugation first? Okay, so we know it belongs to first conjugation. Next step is we identify whether it is singular or plural. So from the ending, it is a plural. Then we try to identify the person, whether it is first person, second person, or third person. So it is first person. Okay. So therefore, the English equivalent would be we. Now, based on the vocabulary that I gave you, what does properamus mean? To. So it comes from the root word properare, which means to hurry. So how will we translate properamus in English? Be hurry. Okay, is this clear? Okay, so let's take another one. Let's take aperis. first and foremost, let us try to identify the conjugation. Okay, which conjugation does it belong to? Fourth conjugation. Then we take a look at the ending. Okay, and from the ending we try to guess whether it is singular or plural. Now, what is the ending here? S. So therefore, it is a singular word. And what is the person? Second person. Then what is the root word? Apparire. The root word is apparire, which means to open. So how will we translate apparire as? You open. Is it clear? Let us try to solve one more. Let's take David. So first things, let us see which conjugation it belongs to. Okay, ending with ERE, so it would be second conjugation. Then we look at the ending. What is the ending here? P. So we know that it is a singular. The number is third person. Then what is the root word? Devere, which means to go. Therefore, the translation would be he, she, or it goes.